A gorgeous woman's chilling in the tub, enjoying her soak. Out of nowhere, the water in the tub freezes into tiny white bits. It becomes snow. The beauty is instantly surrounded. The snow gathers more and more. It becomes a snowman. The snowman holds the beauty's head, slam it against the wall. Pyong! 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 The beauty falls in a pool of blood. Where did the snowman come from? Why is it so brutal? It goes back to a few nights ago. A police car transports a murderer. It collides head-on with a chemical truck. The murderer manages to escape, but he is overwhelmed by the chemicals. The murderer melts into a puddle of blood and disappears in a blanket of snow. The murderer's grudge doesn't go away. His genes evolves in the snow and bonded with snow. He, a being of 70% water, evolves into a being of 100% water. Since then, the village near the crash has been plagued by bizarre and horrific murders. The bodies are gruesome, and the killer is nowhere to be found. A mother returns from shopping. She feels someone following behind her. She turns her head and looks. She is shocked. It turns out to be a snowman without a face. When she comes home, she teaches her son, Hugo, to be a good man, you must finish what you start. So she takes out 2 carrots, asks Hugo to make a face for the snowman. Strangely enough, the snowman's mouth appears to have sharp teeth. At that moment, Daniel, the school bully, comes, seeing the snowman Hugo built. He really loves it. He raises his skis and outputs a blow to the snowman's head. The snowman's head falls to the ground. Daniel proudly humiliates Hugo. Hugo can only suffer in silence. Just a frown from the snowman. When Daniel is skiing, he trips and falls to the ground by a mysterious force. Before he could get up, his men, also urged on by a mysterious force, rushes towards Daniel. Daniel ascends to heaven on the spot. The snowman watches this in silence, plotting a greater conspiracy. The woman sees a scarf on the ground. She thinks it looks good and wears it around her neck. She's about to ask her friends what they think of it, but all of them give a shocked look. The woman turns around, and behind her is actually a giant snowman. A policeman fires a volley of shots at the snowman. The snowman is unharmed. The crowd is so scared that they retreat and hide inside the house. A puddle of water flows into the doorway and coalesces into a snowman. The crowd backs up again, and Johnny volunteers to stay behind. As the snowman approaches, Johnny picks up a hairdryer, turning on the power. A strong hot wind blows the snowman away. Johnny instantly understands and moves to the back room. Johnny finds a bunch of gas and orders the crowd to evacuate. Johnny sprays a blast of gas, waits until the snowman walks in, ignites the house. The crowd thinks it's all over. However, the snowman unexpectedly comes back to life. At this point, the crowd is no longer afraid. They grab a bunch of hair dryers and force the snowman into the oven to be roasted alive.